Bible, Google's gonna win every time.
Well, there's someone
And
I
you said
haven't
something
seen
about
in a
belief.
while.
Why is belief so important? Why do we need to believe? Like, why is belief so important?
It's important
We
for
live in
government.
the age of information. Why is belief so important?
It's
Like,
important for big
why do
business
I
and
need to believe
government.
anything? That would be my question. Why do we need to believe?
Just a tactic.
I think belief was for back in the days, the olden days when we didn't have so much. We have too much knowledge to be believing in anything now. I think we're past it as a human race. We're past this belief stage.
Yep.
That's just my opinion.
People are waking up. A lot of people are turning their backs on religion these days.
Yeah, FW says he believes in a God, but why do you believe in a God? Because a book told you so?
No, because he's real.
Okay, all right.
That's a
All
fact.
right. So how do you know he's real? It's a question. I'm not being rude.
No,
How do you know he's real?
he's just real, bro.
Okay, so Santa Claus is just real. We could just both say something is just real. That doesn't make it true.
But do you believe in God, though?
No, that's what I'm telling you. Why would I believe? Why do I need to believe something? Why is belief so important? All right, so religion should be the most important thing for the human race. God created us. So why is it dependent on a belief? Why can't we just know there's a God? Why are you using the word belief?
Hey, bro, trust me, bro. Like, he's coming soon, bro. And
That's a
then
claim, my brother.
you found out. You found out, bro.
No,
Find
that's
out.
a scare tactic. That sounds like a scare tactic.
It's a fear tactic, dude.
Yeah, you're trying to drive fear in me to believe what you're
Bro,
saying.
y'all tripping, bro. That's not no scare tactic, bro. It's
Yes,
true,
but
bro. Just watch, bro. He finna come, bro. He's gonna prove that wrong, bro.
that's how a con
I'm
works,
telling you.
right? That's how a con man works. Your money's gonna come.
High liberty
Trust
justice.
me, your money's gonna come. That's how a con works. That's how a con man cons you out of your money. He tells you your money's coming. Trust me. Invest in my plan. Your money's coming. What's the difference with what you're saying and what a con man is saying to get my money out of my pocket?
Yeah. I mean,
What's the difference between what you're saying and what a con man uses to get my money out of my pocket? Telling me something's going to happen.
Yeah, it's basically fear propaganda.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Isn't that a red flag? You're telling me something's going to come.
Yeah,
because he is gonna come, bro.
Yeah, you keep saying that. Santa Claus is going to come. We could both do the same thing. Santa Claus is going to come. Trust me. On December 25th, Santa Claus is going to come. We could both say the same thing. That doesn't make it true.
Hold on.
What makes you not believe? What makes you not believe in God, though?
Someone just.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, host. You're the host. My bad. You're the host. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Another person just came in. Hey, Liberty Justice. Long time no see.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Okay.
There's just something I wanted to say, though.
Go ahead. Speak your mind.
I think we'd all be better off if we just accepted that other people had different opinions and we didn't need the validation of others to have the same opinion, because I don't care if someone agrees with me. I would rather us maybe come together as people on this planet about what we do agree with and what we can fix, because all I feel like is that focusing on religion and different beliefs, we're just dividing each other. And we're not really fixing anything, yelling about that we don't agree.
The system won't work.
Exactly.
That's all.
Exactly. Very well said.
Women are being used. Women are being used by government and big business. And a lot of them don't even know.
What she said would be, religion is used to control the world. If you don't have religion, you can't run in politics. All the laws are passed by people that are high powered in religion. So, like, sitting by and wishing everything was all roses would be nice. But if you're going to be honest, religion runs the world.
A huge business in the world.
Religion runs the world. So us sitting by and saying, oh, like, leave it alone, I don't think that's really a fair statement. Because, like, Laws are being passed.
We already have laws against every single thing. It's like literally have a law. Don't kill, don't steal, don't do all these things. And religious freedom is also a right. So I just think, what is it? If we enforce the laws we have. That's it. Let everyone think and do what they want in their own life. If they're not hurting someone, if they're hurting someone, like you said, then yes, we should do something about it if they hurt someone in the name of a religion. But if they're not physically hurting anyone, I just think we should just let them live and learn their own lesson.
I get what you're saying. But you do know people are hurting people because of their religion right now, all over the world. And there are countries where there are people, like even ladies, for example, have limited rights because of religion.
Okay, can I say something, you guys? I don't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I agree with Liberty. Okay, and I also agree with, what was your name, sir? I didn't quite catch which one was talking.
Christopher.
Okay. I agree with both of you. Okay, I see both sides. There has very well been numerous amounts of murder, rape, sex trafficking, a whole lot of horrible things behind religion. There has been. But there's also been that same thing happening, and it has nothing to do with religion, and it has to do with Satanism as well. So it's on both sides. Could we honestly say which side has more murders and rapes and sex trafficking and kidnapping of kids and murdering of children and stuff like that? I mean, I don't think that we could, because we don't have the exact numbers.
All right, can I have an example of where somebody did something in the name of Satan that's evil or bad?
I mean,
Just one.
Honestly, I couldn't give you an exact date, time, and an example now.
I bet you if I asked you the same thing about Christianity, you would tell me. Or not Christianity, I'm sorry, religion.
I'm sorry, that is absolutely ridiculous. You have to know that is absolutely ridiculous what you just said. You have to know that people have killed people in the name of Satan. People have killed people in the name of Muhammad.
Why are you being rude?
What about Charles Manson having people murdered?
It was a question.
What about that?
It was a question. It was a question. All you have to do is answer. It was a question.
Yes. Okay.
I said, name me one.
You did come off a little bit rude.
No, how is it a ridiculous question?
So I feel like she was just she was just defending it, and I appreciate that. But I can handle myself. Yes, I mean, she is correct. Charles Manson is one. I mean, he practiced Satanism. I mean, now, do I have an example?
Where are you getting this information from?
Hey, Christopher, if I'm speaking,
all right, I'm sorry.
I appreciate, out of respect, that you would let me finish
I'm sorry.
Okay, let's be civil here, because we're not going to yell, we're not going to scream.
I said I'm sorry.
We're going to have a discussion, a debate.
I said I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so, I mean, facts are, I don't have every single person that's a Satanist. I'm not saying that every person that is a Satanist does go out and murder people and kill people and molest people and all those bad things. I'm not saying that every Christian goes out and does all those bad things either. That's the problem with society, is that when one person does something, or when one cult does something, it now becomes like you want to put it on every person that practices that religion. And that's not the case, because you cannot necessarily understand what someone thinks, feels, and sees in their own life and goes through and experiences in their own life to come to the conclusion that they've come to in their belief. And respecting each other's beliefs is exactly where we should be. And coming together, working together to solve the problems. If you are a Satanist, then fine. I accept you for who you are. I have no issue with you. My issue is with the people that are participating in sex trafficking. Like, what was that brand recently? Balenciaga is into sex trafficking and showing satanic symbols and things. It's in a lot of music that they talk about. And very well, maybe it is that people are doing it to feed the flames of the fire, should I say, because people have said out of, suspicion and conspiracy that it's in music, it's in what we see in movies, stuff like that. So maybe it could be like, oh, well, everyone says that that's what we're doing, so let's just give them that because they say we're doing it. Who knows? But what I do know is that there's a lot of fucked up shit going on in the world, and we should, all of us, try to come together despite what your belief is and what my belief is, and try to fix the issues, especially with the children, being sex trafficked and kidnapped by the states when they put them into DCF custody, and the numerous amounts of kids that go missing and things like that of that nature. Now, me personally, I believe more in nature. I believe more in, the universe, and there is other life out there. And I believe that very well there probably was a man at one point that people knew as Jesus or Jesus, and he was a kind guy, and maybe he did, go through the ordeal that is talked about in the Bible, but not to the necessary extreme that the Bible says. I mean, who knows? We were not there. We could go back and forth day in and day out and debate what chapter John 2:4 says, and what your belief system is, and what your not only belief system, but your truth seeking and your knowledge that you've gained from research. We could go back and forth with that all day, and we're still going to disagree. But what we should be doing is trying to agree and come together on how we're going to fix the issues that are going on right now in our world.
That's what they want.
They want us to fight. They want us to hate each other. They want us to the people that have hate in their heart, they thrive off that shit. So if we give it to them and we sit here, people are entertained. They're sitting in this chat right now hoping that we argue and fight and become evil towards one another so that we can both have proof that we're both evil. Like, we know we are. At least I do. I'm not innocent. I'm a fucking addict. I fuck up in life. I smoke weed every fucking day. I don't go to church like I should. But I do believe in something. I believe in something wonderful that has created our universe.
That's the thing, is society realizes that people need something to believe in. So governments throw out to their population heaven and hell, God and the devil. Hey, pick a side. You guys fight over it while we pull the strings behind the curtains and do other things that are going to make us richer. And you guys stay down low. That's basically
Yeah.
I say I'm not on any side. I'm not on any side. I'm not going to be on the Republican side. I'm not going to be on the Democrat side. I'm not going to be on the Christian side. I'm not going to be on the Satanist side. I'm not going to be on any side. I'm a loner. I'm my own God. I'm my own side. You believe what you want. I'm doing what I want. And I don't care what you all believe in your own hearts and minds, and do what practices you do. I love you all. And I hope we all can just get along and not judge one person.
I want us to get along. I apologize for interrupting you, babe. That was rude.
Can I just say one thing? When I said before that women are being used by the government and big business, and a lot of them don't understand, the reason I'm saying this is because it all comes down to when women's rights was passed. The government didn't want to tax just 50% of the nation. They wanted to tax 100% of the nation. So they allowed women to work. Now, women voting right now is over 60% control the vote. So any new laws that are passed by women. Any new people put in office are put in office basically by women that vote. So to appease the women and keep the women silent, the government's allowing them to put in place all these things that benefit women. This is just my opinion, but if you look and think deep into it.
But right now they're not doing much to benefit women. Hear what they're doing about abortion.
They wanted to open. They needed to use women. They needed women working.
Now, that I agree with. That part I agree with. But however, what they're doing with women about abortion is horrible. Now, I believe that personally, and I know that the religious people that are hearing this are going to die, but I believe in pro-choice. I believe in, you don't know the situation. You don't know if someone was raped, molested. You have no idea. and the number of children that are already in our system that are being neglected by our own system, the DCF system that takes them from families and puts them in these foster homes that are where they're being abused and raped and neglected and not fed, and like the refrigerator locked up and them beaten, and there's proof, and they don't care. They still leave them in homes like that, or they send them back to homes like that. You know, it is sickening. You have no idea why someone could decide.
Women are being used so bad. When does a woman ever retire now? She'll get a job, retire from her job. Then what does she do? She's a grandparent taking care of her grandchildren while her daughter works. Women can never retire now. Their work is never done now.
No,
I praise women a lot because a lot of them don't understand how bad big business and the government are using them.
And I agree with that totally. And with the government now, the way that things are going, I don't think that by the time we get old enough that Social Security is going to be available anymore. I think that we're not going to have that to rely on. We are going to be screwed. And nowadays, even the people that have that to rely on are being screwed. They still have to go back to work and get a part-time job just to be able to make the bills and be able to afford the doctor and things like that, and food with inflation. It's just insane, the amount of things that are going on. And people are sitting here wanting to fight over the things that are of the past that we cannot prove nor disprove. All we can do is believe what we believe. Because no matter how much proof you give someone of what you have, it's not going to be enough if they believe. Vice versa. I mean, sometimes it is, but the majority of the time it's not. So why argue about it? Believe what you want, babe. And I hope that you live a fulfilled life, and that you're kind to people, and that you know how to love people, and that you get love in return, and you get kindness in return.
Objection, Your Honor. Sustained.
I understand what you all are saying, but my question still stands. My question still stands. Why is belief so important?
Humans need something to believe in.
It's to fill a void.
Everybody believes in something.
In order to keep themselves from feeling hopeless. Because I'm not trying to sound cynical, but when I came to the conclusion, and again, I'm only speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for anybody else. I honestly believe there's nothing else. There's nothing looking out for us. We're basically on our own. However, there is, in a sense, something that is fighting for us. But of course, that has to do with aliens. I do believe there's a battle between good and evil aliens. One that's bent on keeping us enslaved. Another one is that are bent into freeing us from enslavement. But again, I'm just speaking for myself. That's what I believe. But aside from that, there is nothing. There is no God or no all-powerful, all-knowing God that's looking out for us. We're basically on our own. But we can evolve and become powerful.
How do you feel enslaved? I mean, not necessarily about the government, because yes, the government has very much so plans to have us enslaved, because that is the whole purpose of us having a birth certificate. And
yeah, I know what you mean, but I meant enslaved as in, for example,
mentally
having us enslaved into getting us, brainwashing us into believing that we have to worship something outside of ourselves, to kneel before something and to obey and not question, like this, some kind of father figure that knows what's best for us.
Totally agree.
I don't buy into that. I'm sorry. I think that's what's weakening.
I can totally understand.
We as human beings don't have any business whatsoever worshiping anything outside of ourselves, worshiping any type of God. We should be worshiping the God within ourselves.
100% agree.
I do.
You know, I am the power, and I think, and I believe that I truly believe that the real Jesus was trying to teach that. He was trying to say, "I am the power. I am the way, the light, and the way." What he was saying is, he's speaking for everyone. Say to yourself, "I am the power. I am the universe. I am the connect. I'm connected to the universe. I
Well,
am
he
a
did make
God."
us in his image. So
He wanted humanity to evolve and become gods.
There's some
what if
people
God
that
was
are in the
water?
chat, some
38, I don't
Christians.
believe in the devil
You want to
either.
let them in instead of me and have an opposing viewpoint? I'll leave.
Liberty, it was good talking
Sorry,
to
what
you,
happened?
hun, and I really appreciate your viewpoint. And I truly believe that your viewpoint is valid.
Thank you. I send love to all you guys, no matter what. Bye.
Have a good day,
Bye.
Liberty.
It's about energy. You got to protect your energy these days. People just want to steal your energy. If you're stuck at home all day, you better believe somebody's using your energy and they're out having fun all day. If you're broke, they're rich. They're using your energy. Everything's opposite energy. There's an opposite for everybody in this world. You look at
I
Tom
believe.
Brady,
I
for
believe.
instance, who's the goat
Okay,
of football. There's
scientifically, there's
probably
truth in
somebody in
that.
solitary confinement that they're labeling him.
Scientifically, there's truth in that. They talk about having, like, when you have an atom, there's like, you know, the negative and the positive parts of the atom. And like somehow they separate, they say, and like